area. Well, new numbers now showing employee drug use costing employers $200 billion a year. Pot users are absent at work 78% more than others, and they are 85% more likely to be injured while at work. Take a look at that.
So could going to pot be hurting business and our economy? Joining us right now, Fox Business Network's Cheryl Casoni. Cheryl, welcome back. So pot does not make you more productive.
You know,
it's a stunner.
It's the law of unintended consequences. You legalize pot in two states, Colorado and Washington.
You want
now
the tax revenue.
Out the tax revenue is a good thing for the states, but it's actually turning out to be bad for companies and for workers. Unfortunately, it's legal to smoke pot, but these companies have fought and they've won in the court systems in both states that you can't be an employee. You can't apply for the job. We're going to drug test you. And if you test positive for pot, you're not going to get the job or you're going to be fired. And that is what is happening now in companies in Washington State and Colorado.
Sure. Because to your point, the companies, even though pot is legal, recreational pot use in Colorado and Washington State as well, the company you're working for can say, hey, here's the little can. Let's fill it up. And you might be out.
And especially with the millennial generation, they're finding, and a lot of these numbers are kind of showing us this now, and this has been since 2012 when the laws were enacted and legalized, that basically that these kids are coming in, these 20, 25-year-olds, even if they've got the college degrees, they're coming in and finding out that they're being drug tested. They weren't expecting that to be tested for pot, and they are, and they're not getting the jobs at these companies.
Here because, you know, the companies are trying to maintain a drug-free environment, but the landscape of how drugs do affect your career, they're staggering here. Walk us through some of the absentee percentages.
Absentee rates,
80%?
78% absentee rates, higher for those that are smoking pot, 300% higher medical costs. These, again, are numbers that are coming out of Washington and Colorado. 17% of the unemployed out there are actually drug users. Decision-making, that has proven to be worse, as you can see. Recall, recognition, executive brain function. And then look, who wants to work with someone that's stoned? Not only are you, I mean, I'm sorry, but you're affecting your fellow employees.
And they steal your snacks.
Company.
Well, alcohol is legal and is legal in our country, but if you come in at 10 o'clock and you're drunk, it's not going to work.
I mean, look, I come in drunk every day, and look what's happening. You guys hate working with me, right?
You're being funny, but what is there any silver lining to this story? Is there any incentive for businesses to hire people who use pot?
No, not at all. And that's what the problem is that because if you're coming in and you're impaired, we're talking memory losses, and again, the medical costs, and also workplace injuries are rising in Colorado and Washington State as well. And that's another issue because you're more of a danger, not just to yourself on the job if you've got the residual effects of marijuana. And this huge study out of Greece that I was just looking at showed that there are long-term effects to your body from long-term smoking of pot.
And the carcinogens that kill your
not to mention to your brain.
But then it's also, you're risking your coworkers' safety as well. I mean, think of think of Boeing in Washington State. I mean, these huge manufacturing plants, right?
I hadn't thought about that. I mean, that's where they make the airplane.
Exactly. Do you really want someone stoned making the parts to your airplane? No. I mean, there's just so many different residual effects.
Well, Cheryl Casoni, as you know, is on the Fox Business Network. To find out where she'll be and to watch her on television, go to foxbusiness.com/channel finder. Cheryl, great job.
Thank you.
Great.